Oops, didn't that was a bit early, wasn't it? My finger slipped on it. Welcome to Real Budget Review. My name is Steve Faulkner. Welcome to a live review. Well, it's kind of a review. I'll talk about that in a minute. But before we carry on, like and subscribe. Check out cardmagiccourse.com. I've got a new thing to try here. Hang on. Let me see if I can do it. Right. There you go. There's cardmagiccourse.com. Right. So there's all the courses you get on Card Magic Course are there. Hang on, I've moved it now. So within each of these, there's a whole course, which you get all for Card Magic Course, and you get the live sessions if you sign up for the Gold membership, but you still get the recordings of the live sessions. We have Peter Wardell lecturing. I've got guest lecturers now, which is all tremendously exciting. So there's that. Yay, my screen share thing worked. That's exciting, isn't it? So do all that good stuff and share this. If you know people that you think would like the review channel, please do share them. I get so little time because I'm working on reviews, not because I'm off doing other stuff, well, the odd gig, I suppose, but to publicise it properly. And, you know, I should be all over the forums and things like that, but actually I'm really struggling to be able to do that stuff. So any help would be lovely. But let me know if you're there. I haven't advertised that this is happening, this live stream, so I think majority of people will be watching it afterwards. That's fine, because I didn't even put it on Facebook or anything. So Magic Corner, how are you doing? Nice to see you, and thanks for coming. So any questions, if anybody does turn up, put them on here, and I shall answer them. But the reason I'm doing it like this is because I was going to do a full recorded review of Refraktor, and this is this gimmickless, easy for me to say, cube project from Kevin Claus and Kev G, which I've had for a while now, and it's one of those things, a bit like my course. It's a big thing, right? It's a big thing, and I sat down a few weeks ago and started learning some of the stuff on it, and realised and remembered very quickly that I cannot learn Rubik's Cube magic quickly. It takes me a long time to remember the algorithms because my head doesn't work that way, and I'm old. But needless to say, I still learn them, and that's the important thing. Some people get a bit hung up and go, I'm no good with algorithms, I can't learn them, the memory work. And of course, if you have issues with memory, medical issues, things like that, it's going to be difficult. But even if you find it really hard, it does go in the end. And I do quite a lot of gimmickless cube magic. And I'm very interested in this because they've made this project. It's an online project, and it's a full course. They released it in volumes, and now you can buy all volumes for about, let me just see, for about 70, how much is it for all volumes? Volume 1, 2 and 3 bundle, £67, 95. You get a lot for that, by the way. I'll talk about what you get in a minute. And then you get plus this Allspark algorithm, this two-sided solve, which is great. You can add that onto it and get the whole package, etc. There's loads of different packages. You have a look at the link below afterwards. But it's a really interesting thing. So I am someone that, well, let's go back. So they made this for, the whole point of it, as the title suggests, is that it's gimmickless cube magic, but it's also propless cube magic, meaning a lot of the stuff like Takumi Usui's work and Stephen Brundage from there that was building on that, and you know, a lot of Henry Harris's stuff with different solves that he puts with his gimmicked cube stuff on the downloads. A lot of them use props, they use bags, they use different things with them, and I love them. And Axel Hecklau's Easy Cube, of course, which is a gimmicked cube thing. And they use back and I do all of that. I love it, and it's not a replacement for that. It's kind of building on that. But the point of it is that you can take one cube out with you at a gig or with friends or whatever, and do whole routines just with this one cube. And you can do a whole show pretty much based on this stuff. A lot of the routines that I've watched build on each other. So you could go out and do 10 minutes with this cube. And actually, in my show recently, I did a gimmickless routine followed by a gimmicked routine, so you can obviously mix it with that stuff too. And that's also what they've said, is that this is building on your existing work that you already do. So if you're like me and you already do your 2112, the Takumi's solve, or you do the gear solve from the Henry Harris, which I also do, you can build on top of this and start mixing all that in. And that's what I really like about this. You have got hours and hours and hours of stuff here with one cube routines, mixes, solves, and full shuffles. But are they any good? Which is the important thing. And because part of this, all this stuff is that we are in its infancy, aren't we, with cube magic, relatively, compared to card magic and coin magic. So with card magic and coin magic, there's a lot of stuff coming out that has since day one has just been different ideas, but not necessarily improvements. And this does feel like it's really good quality stuff. These routines do look incredibly magical. Let me play you a little bit of this. I'm going to put this forward to sort of a minute.
Gimmicked and multiple cube routines out there. However, with Refraktor, you can do multi-phase, meaningful routines with just one ordinary cube.
And it does look this good, I know. That's great.
Whether you've only just learned to solve the cube, or if you consider yourself a speed cuber, this project will elevate your cube magic to the next level.
Right, so I'll just show that bit, and that's a good point actually. For levels, I think you can be a beginner cuber and be able to do this stuff, but you do need to be able to solve, I think, and a lot of people do put their cube magic out and kind of go, oh, you don't have to be able to solve. I think for pretty much all cube magic, even the gimmick stuff, it's really worth learning to solve, because if you get in trouble, if you kind of get stuck, except for things like easy cube where you don't need anything, I think it will give you that confidence to be able to handle a cube. And on this project, they have a whole bit called Level Up, which is basically teaching you the solve, but actually teaching you the F2L and the kind of the more advanced algorithm. So if you want to learn to solve, you'll be able to do that on here as well. But there's loads of stuff online. But I will say as well, as someone that's really spent a lot of time delving into Rubik's Cube magic, there's a lot of stuff online already, but it's kind of scattered everywhere, and it's quite hard to find one decent bit of tutorial to get your head into. I got all your teeth into. That's what I was looking for. I learnt from Mark Elsden's Rubik to Remember DVD, and then I relearnt from Stephen Brundage Cube Free, because I've kind of forgotten it, and then I went online and learnt F2L, which I kind of struggle finding like I said, all the scattered videos. This has it all in one place. So if you want to get into cube magic, I think if you haven't done any, this would be good for you. If you have done some, I think this would be good for you because it's different enough. I've started learning the first 3 things off of volume 1 that's got released in volumes. And like I said, none of it's that hard, but it takes me a long time to get them in my head. So the 446 mix is this brilliant algorithm that they teach you, and from that point, from a mix, you can get to any named side of the cube solved, which is a great thing. And I talked a little bit this with Diego Voltini's book. What's it called again? Dark Side of the Cube. That was a totally different algorithm. But this is something that they've been playing a lot with, and I think Colin came out with it first, and then Kev sort of played with it and enhanced it by accident, basically, and made it something really workable. So I've learnt that. That's amazing. The cube card stack is based on Takamiz's stack, and with permission, we've got that here. And something that is so versatile that you'll be able to learn for many different things. And it's called the cube card stack, of course, because Kev G brought out these cube cards, which I also review, which is great, but it's the same stack as used in there, but incredibly versatile. Incidentally, if you do your own stack, you can use that with a lot of this stuff, but they do recommend learning these stacks because going in and out of these routines is the power of a lot of them. It's kind of the kind of economy of movement, which you want to learn. And again, it's all very doable. The DT solve is what I really played with yesterday, which is this solve of either instant, the really visual instant solves, as you saw in the trailer there, but also you can do it in a slow way, which is very magical, and the stealth solve, which is a similar thing, but done kind of behind the back. You show it behind the back, and it's, what is that, the behind the back one? Oh no, it's the one where you instantly solve one side, but you do it in a misdirection way. You know that thing with three fly where you can kind of do the appearance of a coin, but they don't actually see it appear, but then they look and it's already there. It's a colour side of a cube solved in that way, it's really magical. I think that's the thing with this stuff. Now, it doesn't just make you look like a cube wizard. It looks like you're doing magic with a Rubik's Cube. It's not just look how quickly I can solve, which some of the instant solves can look like. But I digress. So there's free, look, I'll show you what we've got. We have, I'm going to show you the inside of the course very briefly, and I hope they don't mind me doing this. So you've got here yeah. So you've got the setup mixes. The interview is actually great to watch because it shows you the kind of thinking behind the thing. But you've got the mixes, cube card stack, as I said, Allspark, all these things, and then I've got everything. So I've got volume 2, volume 1, everything, the solves, and the quality of the video is really good. The teaching is incredible. It's just brilliant. So I'm going to turn that so you don't see all the rest of it. And then the prices are here, and this is the different volumes you can get. So have a look at rubikscubemagician.co.uk. Right. So I think that's pretty much all. Now, the reason I'm not going to do an extensive one, which I have done because it's 16 minutes, but I'm going to go into this a bit more because I'm going to be interviewing Colin and Kev on here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about not just this, but them as well and what they're up to. But if you've got any questions about this, do put it below. I know this was a last minute thing, so if you are watching, thanks very much, but most of you are going to be watching this afterwards. And I think that's about it. Just summarise. I've just talked about the things that I've learned. There are quadruple that amount of stuff. There is so much on here. And the really good thing is it goes into routines as well. It tells you the stacks, you learn it gradually, you learn the foundations of it, and then it gives you the routines. And I'm getting onto that part now where I can start thinking of a routine once I've learned all the different bits, like I've learned in this instant solve. And then the first routine, which is called the Decepticon, I think it's called, which is putting all that together in volume 1 and having this lovely gimmickless routine. And I'm really looking forward to getting into that. And at any level, I think if you're learning the cube, you should take a look at this. And also if you're advanced and you want to do something different with the cube, and you remember you're carrying one cube around. The only thing I'd say about it is I was trying to think of negative to balance it out. The teaching's impeccable. It's amazing teaching. It's not an easy thing to teach the cube. But just when I'm looking through it, if you get the whole thing where you get all the volumes, they're a bit mixed up, the videos they seem sometimes. So I've gone and worked out what's in volume 1 and worked out the order of things. But it gives you that on this opening page, basically that page anyway, and you can work it out from there. But really, it must have taken them a long time, and they are proud. You can hear it in the interviews. They're so proud of it, and I think they should be. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'll be talking more about this. I'll be talking about it in an interview with them, and any questions you've got, do let me know. We'll be back. I'll be here tomorrow night with the comments on comments show. There's not going to be any comments because I haven't done any videos this week, which is kind of why I'm doing this as well. But do come and join me at 5 o'clock UK time every Thursday when we'll just chat about stuff and ramble. So thanks very much. Check out cardmagiccourse.com. Get your free spread cull tutorial, cardmagiccourse.com/cull, C-U-L-L. That's a extensive video on that. Perfect card move. Well, nothing's perfect, is it? But it's very good. And do like and subscribe. Thanks very much. Take care. See ya.